Hey friends, it's Sharika, and guess what? It's payday. So what do we do on payday? We make sure that we follow the plan that we did in the spreadsheet, and we put that into YNAB. So I will be 100% honest with you. I literally just filmed about 16 minutes of me just going through my budget, figuring things out, actually reducing some expenses. But guess what? My camera didn't want to do what it's supposed to do and wanted to turn off and just delete everything on the SD card. So what I'm gonna do here is kind of just talk through what I already did, and yeah, hopefully you guys can get the point. So first things first, what I did, I went into my today's February 1st. I got paid on February 1st. I reconciled and I closed out everything in January to make sure that there was no like negative balances. And so actually, let me share my screen. All right, so here's my handy dandy YNAB. You know I absolutely love YNAB. This is where my financial life lives and what keeps me on track, not completely broke, but where I can evaluate a lot of things. And so the first thing I did was I knew today I was gonna get paid, and so even though I spent some money yesterday, knowing it was gonna come from today's paycheck. So I went back, like I said, the end of January, last night I went through my budget, made sure I closed everything out, made sure that, you know, there was nothing overspent, or, you know, any reds or yellows in my January budget. And as you see, everything is great. That's how I like to see it. So then we're gonna go to February. In February, I print out the budget that I created in the spreadsheet, and then I just go line by line and add those items in. What I was talking about in the previous video, or the video that got deleted, was I add my paycheck. So as you see here, I added my paycheck. According to my plan that I did in the spreadsheet, I thought my check would be around $22.45. I did know that this check was going to incorporate the cost of living increase. And so with that cost of living increase, my check is $23.22.77. So I got a little bit of wiggle room. The second thing we did is, starting with my giving and regular bills, I add those items to the next month. In YNAB, I am 1 month ahead when it comes to my giving categories and my regular bills. And so I went over to February and I added all of these items. So actually, let me go back to February. If you can see, February is already funded for. For everything, my regular bills, all these bills come out automatically and it's already funded. I have that money sitting in my account already. Maybe I'll do another video on how I got 1 month ahead, but let me tell you, it's a lifesaver. It took a while to get here, but when you get there, clutch. So, with this February budget, with this paycheck that I have, I started funding next month's bills. And so I put, if you saw my budget, I do half and half, the first check, second check. And so as you see in the fixed bills, I added half of those bills so that you'll see here, 660, 170, 470. Those things are those areas are already halfway funded. And I actually have some money here in Fubo, and we're gonna take that out. So let's go back to February. I got through all of the regular bills. I got through Mariah's student loan, and I got through some of the variable expenses. So let's just look at that. Like I said, up here, everything is good. Fixed bills are funded. I put some money in for Mariah's student loan. I'm not 1 month ahead on that. And then my variable expenses, I was making some changes. And so Enjoy Life, I added the $200, but I went to dinner with a friend last night. Royal Taj in Columbia, Maryland. Chef's Kiss, the service, the ambiance, the whole, everything, the atmosphere, the food, everything. Royal Taj, go there. And so I already spent that money, and I don't mind spending $72 on a place that's fabulous, especially when I know I'm really not going anywhere else this month. So food, $150, gasoline. I bought some gas last night because I had about 10 miles left. Dad, don't judge me. But yeah, I had to get gas or I wasn't gonna make it to the restaurant last night. Let's see what else. The retightening is already funded for the month. I'm actually a month ahead of that. One thing I think I'm gonna start doing is doing some of my hair. That'll help me save about $25 to $30 when it comes to the retightenings. I'm just trying to save money in various places. What I was discussing when the camera went off was the Amazon subscription. The subscription that I have for the multivitamin that I was gonna take, like I said, I'm in a season of just trying to save as much money as possible, and I need to be putting money away to my debts. The two debts that I acquired last year. And so I'm just gonna get rid of that. Like, I don't need a bougie multivitamin right now. It's an amazing multivitamin and I do definitely see a difference, but right now I'm just trying to make some fiscally responsible decisions. And so I'm getting rid of that right now. And then the last thing I needed to do was $25 in the buffer. And there we go. So that was my variable expenses. So then we're into my savings category. And the two things that I had in my savings category was a little bit of clothing for work. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna wear what I got for another month or so until I feel like I'm at a good place financially. And then the second goal was the limo. And it says I need to put $310 towards that limo. The balance for that limo, let me check. So the balance due for the email is $785. And I'm just gonna pop that in celebration. So this $566.57, I'm gonna pop that in celebrations to go towards the limo when it does come out. I was gonna say that's it, that's all, but no, it's not. My birthday was a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to the spa. I'm going to the spa on Monday. I know the spa is about $165. I'm not getting it. It's the one of those Korean spas where you can sit there for an entire day and just relax. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to get any massages or anything, but I'm going to pay. I think it's actually cheaper because it's a weekday. I'm going to just relax. And it's been a tough week. It's been a tough week, and I deserve it. And since I'm cutting back on so many other things, I'm just gonna go ahead and go. So this $566.67 is going to go to the spa, and then the rest will go to the limo, and then I can fund the rest of the limo in the second check. And so that's what it is. That's it. That's all. There's not much I need to do here. And I'm looking just to make sure everything is funded that needs to be funded. I have money for all of my bills. Oh, you know what? Mortgage, HOA, Netflix is only $8. So I can remove, let's move $9 to celebrations. HP Inc., State Farm, Fubo. Let's move this $100 to celebrations because I canceled that. One Child Matters, cell phone, YouTube, internet, and I think that's it. So then the student loan, we've got a buffer, enjoy life, retightening. So $675 here. Actually, let's move 50 to beauty because of vacation. I'm going to do my own hair. I'm going to add some hair onto here, and I'm going to do it myself. I don't know how much the hair is going to cost. I'm actually going to go to the hair store right after I'm done recording this video. But I'm gonna attempt to do my hair myself. But that still leaves $625.67. That's going to go towards the spa and the limo. I feel good about that. Again, I will be on vacation for majority of this month, and so that money has already been saved and put over into my sinking funds. So let's go over to the sinking funds. All right, so I did a lot of overspending, and I'll go over that when I kind of do a recap of my January, and you can see what a hot mess it was. But Let's add the paycheck for today, which is $780. If you remember, $780 of my paycheck, each check goes to this sinking funds account, and that's how I fund all of these things. So $780.38 is in here. I took money from a lot of categories. In order to cover some of the overspending that I did from last month. So this money I did take out, so let's fund it, let's put it back. The $250, make sure that the kids are good. What else did I take money out for? This is for March, so let's put money in here. And actually that money was already taken out and it's already covered, so that's gonna be for 2026. I took money from the car registrations. I'm not even gonna worry about it, honestly. It is what it is. I believe I also took money from the State Farm for August or July. I don't like to get behind on things that are that big. You know, little things, $100 or so less, I don't mind it. But big things like that, I don't wanna get behind on that. And then let's go with holiday activities. There's supposed to be $200 there. Let's fund that so that I can be on track with those items. And then I'm funded for anything that's happening this month and next month. And again, I'm completely funded for my trip. So I've got $2,000, that's gonna be for hotel and any spending that I'll do. And I bought an extra battery, an extra SD card, so hopefully I can do what I spent on my vacation video. That's the goal. So then let's pop some money here for Canada. And then as you see, I'm significantly behind on Cancun. I took money from there. And honestly, right now, I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to save money. So I'm trying to figure that out for now. But what I'm gonna definitely pay is the things that need to be paid. So let's fund this Chase card. I may have to cancel that Cancun trip, to be continued. And Amazon Prime. Geek Squad, I've got $46.83 and $26.83 left. And let's put it here for Canada, plus 20, because that is a trip I'm definitely going on. So I got paid. I put my money away for my bills. I put my money away for my sinking funds, and I'm good to go for the rest of the month. Thank you for joining me as I allocated my paycheck, so you can see how I execute my zero-based budget, how I maneuver my regular master account and my sinking funds account, and how things just shift. You know, it's always good to make a plan. As you see, I made a plan, but just, you know, this week has been weeking and I decided to make some changes, and I'll be making changes as I go. Don't ever think, you know, you gotta, yeah, stick to the budget is one thing. Definitely, you know, making sure you make a plan, executing that, not going over budget. Those are all the things, but don't be afraid to shift your budget every single month. Things change, the world changes, days change, situations change. And so if you need to make some changes this month, for next month, go ahead and make those changes. Over the time, I think over the next couple of months, I'll probably be decreasing more bills. But I definitely want to evaluate that and try to put some money into various places. And like I said, I've got 2 debts. I'll make another video about the debts that I have, because I was debt-free at the beginning of last year. But I am no longer debt-free, but I definitely want to get back there. So with that said, thank you guys for joining me on this journey to just manage my finances. People think, okay, you just budget here. Finances is a daily operation. It's a weekly operation. You always gotta, and I do this so that just to encourage people to just not just budget one time and just feel like they can just keep going. This is a journey. You gotta do this thing all the time. And then you just start to become, you fall in love with it. You fall in love with the process. You fall in love with knowing where your money is, and you feel safer. Like, that's ultimately what financial freedom is to me. It's not being a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not gonna get there anytime soon, but I know where all my money is. And so, and I'm never stressed out about it. And so financial freedom to me is not being stressed out about where my money is, what it's doing, or the fact that I can't afford anything. It's about the plan, making a plan and executing it. So have you guys made your plan? Are you making any changes to your budget for the next month? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.